with the anchovies, but it has a lot of great flavor because of the nutritional yeast and the garlic. I mean, I seem to match all of them that way. This is 4 cloves of garlic it calls for. I'm going to double this recipe and go ahead and use up the rest of this. Garlic is one of those things that you can do according to taste. Say you really don't care for a lot of garlic, you can always cut back. It's not going to hurt the recipe, it's just according to your flavor. But if you love garlic the way I do, you'll probably put a whole bunch into it. This also has some soy milk into it too. So I'm only going to double this batch, so I'm not going to put quite as much in here. And I can adjust it after.
Anyone want white, pink, or red wine?
Yeah.
Pink.
Pink.
Red.
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 Thank you. I should have brought a bottle of wine or whatever's open. Like, so you drink vegan wine though?
Oh, come sit.
Wow.
Come sit.
This recipe also calls for cashew butter. The cashews, the nuts in most of these dressings and recipes are what causes things to be creamy, pulls them together. Nutritional yeast. Whoops. Is called for 1.5 tablespoons, and I naturally put double that in and probably a little bit more. I don't mind that. I'm going to then put lemon juice again in this one. You can substitute in the hummus too if you want it to be more Mexican style. In other words, with chili and cumin. You can also put lime juice in there. That also makes a nice twist to it with the black beans.
Hey, remind folks where they can go to get the recipes.
All the recipes are on healthyfoodnow.com. They've been tested. I've tested them over the last months. They have nutritional analysis there too. And you can go online and order for me to cook them and bring them to your home. And again, I roll the lemon to get the most amount of juice out of it. I have a fine mesh strainer I use a lot of the time because even though you do it this way, these are slippery little critters.
It's going to get all processed in anyway, even if it did get in there.
Well, date pits are my enemy.
Oh yeah.
If I miss one of those things.
Yeah, they don't blend up very well.
Oh no. Okay. Lemon juice. And this gets some Dijon. This is almost traditional recipe without the exception of the salty anchovies, the Parmesan cheese.
How many squirts?
Now I used, it calls for 2 tablespoons. I doubled that and probably a little bit more. I like that creaminess that it brings. If this doesn't get creamy enough, I'll put a little bit more soy milk in it. The other thing is, if you have a recipe and you're trying to reduce the fats, and get rid of the saturated fats especially, you can go ahead and thin things out with a little bit of water, but you're going to have to increase your spices then. Otherwise, you're going to get a bland flavor. So we'll just go ahead and turn this on. This gets nice and creamy. It actually even looks like Caesar dressing. I will occasionally roast garlic cloves and put them in there. Dr. Furman is a believer that the carcinogenics in roasting and grilling can cause cancer, so I don't really roast completely. I sort of just give a little color to them. You're putting out more of the flavor. What happens when you cook anything or roast anything, you are opening up the molecules which bring more flavor to things. Now, I don't know if you know this, but everyone thinks tomatoes and lycopene, yeah, I'll eat some more raw tomatoes. The lycopene in tomatoes comes alive when you cook it. You still get a small quantity, but it comes alive and you get the most out of it when you cook your tomato. I love this processor. I'm taking it home. Where's Mark?
One thing I never know is how long dressings keep. Like if I make it Sunday, does it last the whole week? Do
Easily.
They all?
Easily. The only time, for instance, the cucumber dressing I'm going to make next, that may start to break down a little quicker, like within 4 or 5 days, because it's a vegetable. So naturally, if you set a vegetable in the refrigerator, it would start to break apart or get bad that quick. One of the things I am testing right now, and I will share with everyone once I find out more about it, is a thing called an ionized egg. The ionized egg goes in your refrigerator. I have been able to keep strawberries fresh for 4 weeks because of this thing. I've been able to keep carrots for 5 weeks. Lettuces don't brown and go bad or slimy on me for 3 and 4 weeks at a time.
Wow.
And this is new on the market. We're just now testing it.
Huh.
An ionized egg.
It's an ionized egg. It's patented, and it will come out very shortly. We just went on the internet 2 weeks ago, and I was the first chef to test it, and I'm going to be the spoke chef to take it to the restaurant business, the hotel business, all the food service businesses. See, my problem is, I never usually throw anything out down the sink. I usually almost lick the bowl when I'm done. I love what I make. This is spot on. This is very good.
This is the season.
Mark, I need a little bowl or a bowl for the dressing.
What sort
Please?
of little